my fishing partner that day, Ray, says that was definitely a big one. To snap that line like that. So.
Now, to a lot of you guys out there that are avid fishermen and outdoorsmen, when Timmy says that they snapped the line and broke the line, you have to understand something about our equipment. Now, first of all, I supply all the equipment for you, all the rods and the reels, all the hard tackles, all supplied by Hooked on Adventures free of charge. But we're using 80-pound braided line. We use Power Pro. We're very happy to be on staff with Shimano that owns Power Pro. So we spool all of our line up with 80-pound Power Pro. And for a fish to be able to snap 80-pound braided line in half, that's quite an accomplishment. That is a big fish that will do that. Getting back to some of the fishing, I have my own personal fishing boats down there that our clients use. They're a wide body, they were custom made specifically for Peacock bass fishing. What did you think of the boats that you fished out of?
The boats are fantastic. There was 3 of us, the guide and two of us fishing in each boat. Felt safe the entire time. I mean, there was one of us in the front, one of us in the back, and the middle. Even that one day there was 4 of us, and the boats they're buoyant, they're beautiful. I saw some boats from out there from other places, and I was just going, wow, how do they stay in that boat? But your boats are great.
Very stable, aren't they?
Very stable.
Yeah, I also took the time and money and supplied all of my custom-made bass boats that we use down there with not only marine radios, but Minn Kota trolling motors with the foot controls. So the guide can operate the boat from the middle of the boat and give the front and the rear casting decks to the clients, so they have plenty of room to not only conventional fish, but if you guys like to fly fish, they lend themselves very nicely to the fly fishermen. There's plenty of room in the front and the rear of the boat to do the double haul, to do the large casting that you're going to want to do with the fly rod. So if you guys are fly fishermen, definitely take advantage of those nice big wide body boats.
For your dog or what?
For me. And whatever's left.
How was dinner, Ray?
Robert, when's the party? This is the best cooks we've ever had.
November 2nd.
Excellent.
I'm not sure. It's November 2nd.
Case allowed to come?
Very well.
I'd have to call.
Did you have a good week?
Yeah, good week.
Catch a big
The
one?
best week I've ever had.
How many times you been
I would
down?
have to call.
5.
All right.
This was the best one?
The best one.
It's not up
We'll
to
see
me.
you again
I'm
next
not
year?
going to cook it.
You'll see me in January.
Good. All right, my man.
This is the chief of the village.
Chief.
Yeah.
We're looking for big fish.
Aí. 10 quilos a gente pega, consegue pegar.
bit more about what Hooked on Adventures does for you during the week. I know that we supply a nice shore lunch. Did you take advantage of the shore lunch that afternoon?
The shore lunch was very, very, very beautiful. Just one of the highlights of the trip.
Yeah. Well,
You know, you go out and fish that morning. They find a nice little beach for you, that they set up a lunch and barbecue the fish and catch that morning. And I mean, it was fantastic. The food was unbelievable.
you know, the shore lunch, we try to coincide the shore lunch the same day that we do the village tours. You know, Hooked on Adventures is very good about giving back, and I spend a lot of money every year, and I provide water filters for some of the villages that we will visit during the season. Clean drinking water is probably the number one thing that we like to be able to afford the villages, and of course the water is the lifeline for all the villages. So if we can offer them clean drinking water, especially for the kids, as they get older, it gives them such a better way of combating any type of illnesses that they might get. Most of the illnesses that the young children get growing up is caused from drinking the river water. So a few years back, Hooked on Adventures decided to donate water filters to all the villages along the areas we fish, and we do that proudly out of our own pocket, and we give the clients a chance to visit the villages during the week to see how the Indians live and see how they live off the land, and they're a pretty resilient group of people, aren't they?
Very, very resilient. That was another big highlight of the trip, was visiting an old native village and see how they live.
Right.
And meeting the big chief and his family and everything. That was great.
You know, there's no cell towers, there's no computers, there's no video games the kids are playing with, and it's amazing how you go to these villages and there's so many smiling faces. These kids, if you give them a soccer ball, they're good to go. It's amazing. They're all pretty much related in these villages, and the cousins and the brothers and the sisters, and they all get along so great. It's a very, very special part of the week-long itinerary, is to give my clients a chance to visit one of these villages and see just how happy they are and how they are so resilient, living off just what Mother Nature has. Something else I wanted to touch on. We make it a point every week with our clients. One day out of that week, we'll find a beautiful sandy beach to do a barbecue luau one night to kind of cap off the week-long festivities from the time they're done fishing that night. So, were you able to do the luau while you were down there?
Yeah, the luau was beautiful also. They set it up on a nice little beach, right in the middle of the river, and parked the boat and had candles lit, and it was beautiful.
Good deal.
Food was fantastic also.
Perfect.
Mas o meu corpo é fechado por arma de lutar. A mandinga não me pega, a mandinga em mim. Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná, Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná. Sou quilombo de Cumbé, capoeira de jogar. Mas o meu corpo é fechado por arma de lutar. A mandinga não me pega, a mandinga em mim. Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná, Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná. Na terra do Capibari, tem mandiga e valentão, certeiros de Jovim, nascimento do Nicolau, João, esse dos altos vem dos alagados, pra lutar sobre o asfalto, Paraná, Paraná. cresceu, caiu, parte morreu, não mandingou Paraná. Ele cresceu, caiu, parte morreu, não mandingou.
Capoeira, capoeira, unaware of the terror, the terror. The NE, not improve my breeze, and go and hold your chains free. My people, the plant seed for us, the plant and land, and it needs something like drums in my mouth. Capoeira, prepare for snap, and it's dumb comparison. Once like a better dance without comparison. We're on position, the mission, definition, the condition, the fight says a mission. Ain't the brain, stains, you with a fluid, those who flow, you with grows, and that shape flows.
Ai, 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 eu vou, bato o cara na bate pra Sandu. Ai, 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 eu vou tocar birimbau, eu sei que vou. Ai, 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 eu vou tomar um chicote do feitor. Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná, Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná, Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná, Paranauê.
Guys, one thing I wanted to talk about just briefly here while we're here with Tim Huber, PGA Class A professional. Hooked on Adventures made a commitment to the First Tee of Fresno. Mike Firpo is the executive director of the First Tee of Fresno chapter, and I felt that I wanted to give some money back to a very, very worthwhile organization. The First Tee is an organization that concentrates on finding ways for inner city youth to find their ways to the golf course. They also teach them a 9 core value system. Everything from integrity to honesty to responsibility to respect. There's 9 core values that they teach these young kids. It gives them a chance to get out of the inner city, gets them on the golf courses, finds ways to get clubs in their hands, finds ways to get them free golf lessons. It's a way for them to turn away from drugs and alcohol and gang life, and gives them another avenue to put forth their energy, so they're not growing up with a lot of the bad stuff that's going on these days. So Hooked on Adventures has decided to give a portion of our proceeds back into a very, very worthy cause. Okay, so Tim, I know that this is your first trip down to Brazil, and I know that it's probably the first of many. We have talked about you getting together with some of the other PGA professional, Class A professionals around the country, that we're going to give them an exclusive opportunity to host a group of their fellow golfers from the clubs that they're pros at. What do you have to say to all the club professionals that we're going to be talking to in the near future?
What I could say to you guys is basically it's a trip of a lifetime. It really is a trip of a lifetime. It's something you'll remember for the rest of your days, and you probably want to come back. It's nothing golf related. You've got take your guests and everything and everybody down there, and it's fantastic. I mean, it's a trip of a lifetime that you'll cherish.
As far as the fishing, did you guys catch a lot of fish per day? What was your best day fishing?
Our best fishing day was by 11 o'clock in the morning we had caught 40 fish.
Wow. Now, keep in mind that Tim's not an avid fisherman. Tim golfs a lot more than he fishes. So that, our hats off to the guides, as well as obviously Tim has some good fishing experience, enough to put 40 fish in the boat before lunchtime. So that's great to know. And you know, like I said, my guides are just they're fearless. They will hack their way into lagoons. They will push boats up over logs. They'll basically do everything that it takes to put you and your buddies on some monster peacock bass for the week. And I know that this last week we caught 10 fish over 20 pounds for the week, with the biggest fish being 24 pounds that was actually caught by a lady, believe it or not. So I look forward to having you down this next season, Tim, and for all you PGA professionals, we'll be talking to you soon, and we hope that you can arrange a trip with some of your members from your club, and we look forward to having you down as our host and our guest to Hooked on Adventures. And thank you again, Tim. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, David.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.